In the back of the London Ultra Cab this week, we have one of the greatest b-boys to come out of the UK from back in the day, from the Live to Break crew, the one and the only HALIT.
Yo, what's up, my peeps? You
Yes, yes. Long time no see.
Yes, my brother, long time, man.
And yeah, hope everything's good.
Yeah, man, everything's blessed, man. Everything's cool. I'm breathing.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
that's all that matters.
That's right, I'm healthy.
And this is going to be an exciting interview because we're going to cover quite a lot of history, especially like the early years as well.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I can't wait to get your history.
No problem.
But yeah, first, you know, it rolls. Like the first two questions I like to ask is like, where you from, and what was it like growing up as a kid?
Yeah, man. I'm from North London, actually.
Are you from the north side?
Yeah, north side. And actually, all my working times in my past was in East London, in Hackney, Mare Street, Upper Clapton, Lower Clapton. But I live in Wood Green, so I've been living most of my life in Wood Green, North London, and yeah.
And what was it like growing up? You know, like in the when was it like in the obviously in the 70s?
In the 70s. First, actually, when I came into the country when I was around 3-4 years of age. I was born in.
What country was you living in?
I'm Turkish. I'm a captain, Captain Kirk, Turk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was over 3, we moved to Crouch Hill, and from Crouch Hill to 1978, from 72 to 78, Turnpike Lane, and from 78 to 80, ever since from 80s, been living in Wood Green, North London.
And you know, what music was you listening to back then, back in the 70s?
Boy, what? Well, before hip hop.
Yeah, way before the hip hop thing.
Well, you know, I was listening to my Turkish music. You know what I mean? I was listening to pop music. I was listening to anything, man. I was young, man. You know what I mean? Like 9, 10, 11, 12. I used to come across like Kool and the Gang and all that. You know, when I was like you, like 10, 11.
How did you get into the hip hop thing then?
Boy, I used to hip hop. I used to be in martial arts. I used not doing martial arts, but all my friends in school, we used to like go late night martial art movies and collect big Chinese posters, small photographs, and it turned into a trend. You know what I mean? It wasn't so much people that was into it. It was quite a few, like 40-50 people in our school. We used to like collect flyers, black and white flyers. We used to price them at the back, and we used to sell them. You know what I mean? And we used to we went to a few lessons and all that. Shaolin Fist. Our teacher was called Yap Leon, down Haringey, Cavendish Road. And as we used to go late night, we done this thing about 2, 3, 4 years, and somehow, man, like Buffalo Girls, obviously Buffalo Girls. You know.
And how about the electro? Was you checking the electro as well?
Well, when I first started seeing breaking, I never knew about electro music or hip hop music or nothing like that. You know.
So really, it was like the Buffalo Girls that really got you into it.
Well, not really Buffalo Girls, because I saw Buffalo Girls, right? But there was another side, maybe a couple of months after, or 3-4 months after. It was Wild Style. How that happened was, if you come across any Wild Style or Star Wars documentary,
yeah,
that's with German subtitles underneath, that was from us, from Jedi's crew. You know, I mean, we had this cat called Anthony in Jedi's crew, and his father used to work in Germany in one of them television TV broadcasts. I think it was ZDF, and with Wild Style, he said that my dad got me this documentary. It's called Wild Style, and we ain't even heard about Wild Style before. Even, you know, I heard about it was playing up in ICA Cinema down the mall and all that. You know, but the way I got into breaking, I'm probably just rushing it, but the way I got into breaking before that was when I saw Buffalo Girls. I was still into martial arts. I was still going lessons. I was still collecting my posters and my flyers and all that. And I think it was in '83 sometime, and I come across another video with New York City Breakers on Black program. I don't know if you cats remember the program called Black on Black. I remember watching New York City Breakers on Gladys Knight and the Pips saved the overtime for me. When I saw that after Buffalo Girls, I said, what the
Did that kind of light the spark?
Man,
like the spark
listen,
that lit the flame?
It instantly, because I was involved in martial arts and I was pretty fit. You understand what I'm saying? I was rocking martial arts. I was, you know.
So you're really flexible anyway.
Actually, in martial arts, you did need a little bit of flexibility because, you know what I mean, in martial arts, when we used to go to our lessons, the teacher used to get us flexing.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, I was really flexible.
And you used to bust form as well, and form was like a little way of dance as well.
What form like in martial art forms?
Martial art form,
I still remember my forms. You understand what I'm saying? I still remember my forms. But what helped me in breaking is this, the martial art. It's not just physically because I was healthy in martial arts. It weren't really that. It was all the thing I knew about martial arts, like characters in martial art movies. They had different styles. You understand what I'm saying? We used to even personate. We used to personate people like Lung Yan from Warriors 2, Jackie Chan, Flash Legs. You understand? You know what I mean? I don't need to name a few. I just, you know, all of us like from stationers. We used to personate like Mantis, Drunken Monkey. I don't know. You know what I mean? Dragon Claws, Eagle. You know what I mean? All them.
All the classic moves.
Yeah, all these when we used to know all these, and then when breaking hit, this was kind of like a bridge. You understand what I'm saying? To understand that culture. We was in that game. You know what I mean? Martial art thing. It did help me in my breaking.
And can you remember with the breaking? Can you remember the first kind of moves that you was rocking?
Yes, I do remember, my brother.
Give me the moves you was rocking then.
I was rocking footwork and twists, and later on, I didn't actually know about windmills and all that. Not because today's times are like, oh, like you get rockers. You understand? You get style breakers, and you get power move breakers. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to fit myself into a little box in this interview. You understand? Because back in the days, when breaking started, it was only a few cats who was doing windmills. You understand? But the main windmills that I see from a video was from Dynamic Breakers, right? Because when we had Wildstar, right, there was another crew we heard there was Breakazoids. You understand?
Yeah.
You see, Paul Barnwell and them lot who used to live around Hornsey knew them cats closer.
Breakazoid.
Yeah, Breakazoids. Warren, David Belgrave, you know, Tom Thumb, Junior, Mark Anderson, Wiz. Yeah, so these guys recruited as well. They were around Hornsey also. And when they heard we had Wildstar in German subtitles, they said to us, listen man, we heard you got this tape, right? And this is around 83, this ain't even like 84 yet. He came around knocking at our door, right, down Hornsey about 10:30, 11 o'clock at Paul's yard. He goes, yo, listen, I've got this tape on Dynamic Rockers, dancing to Grace Jones, Nipple in a Bottle, and a few more other ones in Roxy with Dynamic Rockers and all that. You know, with the graffiti outfits and all that, dancing to Liquid Cavern. You know what I mean? And Warren and them lot wanted Wildstar. So I said, look, you pass over that tape and we pass over you Wildstar. That's what we did. When we started watching Dynamic Rockers, we saw Kid Freeze. We saw Kid Freeze in Dynamic Rockers, and this video was in black and white. It was not good quality. But we thought the whole video, we thought it was in black and white, but it weren't. It was in colour, but it was, you know, in black and white. That's the first time when I saw Kid Freeze or one of them cats in Dynamic Rockers doing head mills. You understand? So
did you then try and kind of mimic that style?
Well, actually, it was when I was watching, you see, I didn't know what to concentrate on, not to imitate it, but
put your own kind of twist on it.
That's right. But you can't put your own. You can't put your own twist. Actually, you can. You can cut it different, but it's gonna be windmills end of the day again. Head mills is different, obviously. Windmills is like what Kiriaki used to do in Rocksteady. Yeah.
And was there many crews from over this way doing it, or was it they the main crew?
When I went back to school after school holidays, they were slowly crewing up. I remember crew called Clear, was it not Clear Crew? The Fusion Crew. The Fusion Crew was from Tottenham, and who was in there was like Tasso, Turtle T, Carton, Spider, a few other more cats in there. Fusion. That was the only crew that we battled in North London, and that was in Mayfair, which it used to be called Ritzy, but Mayfair was way earlier than that. And I weren't in the first battle actually. The Jedis went down there just to check it out, the club, and they ended up getting roasted. But the next time when they were about to go down there, they told me about the whole story, as when they went there, battled up and all this. So this time when I was in the crew Jedis, there was a time when we called out another battle, innit? But when they heard there was this cat called HALIT in the crew, right? They haven't seen me. I never seen Tasso then. I never met Tasso, not even Turtle T, nothing. And when we went down there that time, we was kitted up, man. We was like same garms, Jedis kitted up. They had their garms and all this. And yeah, man, we went down there, toasted them. So yeah, we came out clean out of that thing. See, when you come out clean, when you're battling and you come out clean, you're making a name for yourself. You understand? So yeah, man, that's how it is.
And what kind of styles was you wearing back then, HALIT? What was you rocking? What kind of, like, you know, clothing and that was you?
What, in clothing?
Yeah.
Boy, do you want me to tell you something? Let me tell you something, man.
Because clothing is most important, isn't it?
Very, very important. Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna say, what is the importance of b-boy and b-girl fashion? What's the importance of it?
Why is it so important?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. In b-boy, in style breaking, there's attitude, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a school, the format, original format in b-boy, everyone had that back in the days. Every single brother had the original format. But it's how many people shifted that, you understand? Understood and took it serious, you understand? More serious you took, more you would understand about the original format. You understand what I'm saying? So where the clothes come in is, if you know you're a badass and you know how to slick it, swerve it and ooze it, you know what I mean, then you can then either you're gonna rock a Puma suede at their shell toes, you know what I mean, Lee's, like as if like someone's fronting, but you don't know he's a b-boy, you understand? I mean, you could come up, go into a club, Chris that, bling that, you know what I mean, like this, chain that, all this out of that business and all that. And if you like, you know what I mean, if you like fronting, before you started breaking, you're fronting and all that, that's like giving messages, man. That's like saying this, I'm gonna do this, man, you know what I mean? And with my clothes, fly. It's all to do with how good you are in breaking. Not really, you don't actually, people who weren't good breakers used to dress Chris up. It was just a statement of an expression of a b-boy or a b-girl. You know what I mean? Certain people will cut flat Kangos, brown Kangos, you know what I mean? Or a beaver hat. You know what a beaver hat is? A beaver hat is one of them brothers in Aswad Babylon film, the big massive beaver hats. Yeah, that's even more dangerous. That's like a heavyweight. A heavyweight cat will wear them, man, you know what I mean?
Heavyweight
It's all good. It's how you express it. And you make sure you swerve it on the floor as much as you try to swerve it as an expression in your clothes. You understand? And if you had the clothes, it's the talk ways as well, you know what I mean? Some people were out of control when they used to talk. They were, yeah, well, I'm bad, I'm that, I'm this. I never used to say things like that. You understand what I'm saying? I knew it, man. I knew I was gonna be that cat. Even from the beginning. Even when I was practicing, I knew I was gonna end up with a couple of cats that was heavyweights, you understand? But, you know, yeah, hip-hop fashion is different, man. Hip-hop fashion is...
Style and fashion is everything,
What are you talking about, man? I remember back in the days, I mean, a few interviews that you had over here with some original cats, my friends over here, they didn't mention about no laces and that and this. Even like, you know, I remember our brother called Skipper G in Zulu Rockers. You understand? And this cat, yeah, he was running ultimate style sometime, man. But he used to walk around with Zulu Rocker tracksuit, and he just wanted everyone to know that he was in Zulus. You understand? He was a short guy, Skipper G. I don't know if he these fat laces from Debenham, right? Well, actually, he didn't tell me it was from Debenham. I was too fast on people, you understand? When no one had fat laces back in the days. I'm telling you, man, no one had fat laces. And I remember Tom Thumb from Breakazoid, when he came back from America, because his family lives in America. When we started breaking, Tom Thumb came over with some fat laces. Man, I said to him, Tom, man, I said, please, brother, man, give me one of them fat laces, man. And he was teasing me. I knew he was going to give me, he was just teasing. He gave me red pairs. You know the red pairs that don't, when you pull them, and it don't stretch to look like a thin one.
Yeah,
some of these fat laces you stretch and they stay the same, right? I had them ones. And I remember one time, right? We're talking really fast, but I'm going to try and really break it down. I remember I bought a pair of these Nike trainers, right? They were canvas. It looked exactly like Converse, but it was a Nike, right? And it was split. It weren't joint front, it was a split. So when the lacings go on it, it was nice. But these mothers were so tight. It was one size down and I couldn't find no other size, and I wanted to rock them and go Covent with them. So I went to Paul Barnwell in Jeddah. I said, listen, man, he bought a pair, I bought a pair, but I had one pair of fat laces, red. And we was planning to go down Covent, but hitting these fat laces down there, knowing that no cat had fat laces. I haven't even told you the first time I went to Covent, man, because I'm skipping, you know what I mean? It's
we get round to Covent Garden, yeah.
Yeah, oh man. But when we went Covent, we put them trainers on, right? On my left foot, I bust the fat laces red. On my right foot, I had to bust thin red laces, because we didn't have another pair. So I gave one of the laces of the other pair, the fat laces, to Paul. So Paul wore one of the fat laces on his right foot, I wore mine on my left foot. You understand? And he wore the red laces in the left, and I wore my red laces in the thin ones right. So when we're bopping down the street, right, see two cats, right, a black guy and a white guy. One's got fat laces, right, on the left, and the other black guy's got fat laces on the right. When we hit Covent, right, we was just walking around, right, and yeah, man, people just coming up to us and all this. But the first time I went Covent, let me tell you the first time when I went to Covent, right, is when we used to practice with Jedis in Hornsey at the centre, right? We had a brother called John Bramble. Everyone knows John Bramble. Flexi, you know Flexi, right? Know that. Flexi was in Jedis, right? But I knew Flexi way before Jedis. We done Children's Royal Variety Show. I don't know if it's 83, early 84, something like that. And we went through a massive, so much breakers, like Ozzy's Crew, all them cats went down to an audition, right? And only a few selected people was picked up. I think it was me, it was Faisal, that's right. Faisal from Zulu Rockers, me, and this other Turkish brother, right? Like a bohemian looking type. And yeah, man, I was in the middle doing hand spin, I think, or fist spin on this show, Children's Royal Variety Show. And Faisal and them on the sides were doing windmills and all that. And we got like £5 or something, £5 for that. But we didn't give a damn about no money and all that, you know what I mean? We cared about our dancing and all that. But the first time I hit Covent, right, was when I was practicing with Jedis in the centre. Flexi goes to me, because I was actually, how was it? Flexi come up to me one time, right, and said, there's a lot of dancers in this place called Covent Garden. I go, yeah? What kind of place is it, man? He goes, there's bundles of breakers, man, poppers, DJs, MCs. I said, brother, man, take me down there, man. He goes, yeah, all right then. So I think like next day or day after, right, me and him hooked up. I think it was on a Saturday or a Sunday, something like that. I remember going down to Covent, right, and when we came out of Covent tube station and we bust a right, I remember, right, we went down there, right, to Covent onto the main spot where they do the shows and all that, right, where the clock tower is. Brother, guess who was the first crew? I didn't know. I asked people, which crew's that? What crew's that? Who's that?
Who's it? Sidewall?
The first crew I saw was Floor Masters, Billy Business's crew. And all them cats, right, was within red tracksuit tops, wetsuit tops, red, white stripe, red wetsuit bottoms, white stripes. Man, this had to be influenced by New York City Breakers in Gladys Knight in the Pips video. Because I remember Little Lep and a few other cats in that video was busting that colour, because that colour was the breaking colour, man. You know what I mean? Because I switched on to that colour also. And he said to me, yeah man, he goes, let's go down there. When we came out of the tube station, he goes to me, Halit, he goes, you go that way, I go this way, so they don't see us, right? So they don't know us. So we just walk around by ourselves and we just feed in, you know what I mean? The first people I saw was Billy. He had his hands in his pocket like this with his Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. There weren't no shell toes. There weren't no shell toes. There was Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. You know what I'm saying? And if there was a plain striped Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know that's going to be coloured in. Not no colour, other viewers and all that. Billy Business was in Floor Masters. He was in Zulu Rockers. You understand? He went through Capricorn. You understand? And you know, Billy's cool, man. Billy's a humble brother. You know, we always looked up to Billy. Billy's like our father, our big brother. You know, if we messed around, he would say, stop it. You know what I mean? And that's how it was.
Like the kind of importance as well of Covent Garden scene.
Covent Garden was a very important scene. You know, what it was is, you know, Covent Garden wasn't something that everyone like, it just happened, man. Covent Garden was the spot. It was like God sent spot. You understand? I mean, Howard the Flexi knew about it and telling me. You understand? Someone must have told him, and he must have went down there. But me, out of all Jedis, right, I was sent like an agent down there by the crew
to go and suss it out.
Yes, I. You know what I mean? I was on my J's. I used to go Covent by myself. The first day when I went with Flexi and them lot, I was hanging around about an hour, 2, 3 hours. That even like gave me a bad oomph and inspiration, and saying, "Oh man, I'm not the only cat, and like others, and all. There's so much, man, in this, man, you know." So Covent Garden's it was a nice place to meet up, man. Covent Garden is like it's a showcase place for tourists and all that. You understand? I mean, it's the square. You
So it weren't just Covent Garden.
No, it wasn't just Covent Garden. It was Leicester Square as well. But Leicester Square was more evening time. Why? Is because if you didn't know what kind of events or scenes that was happening, you end up in Leicester Square in the hours between 9, 10. You're going to hear about some good stuff going on. You understand what I'm saying? And people used to hit clubs from there. You know what I mean? We used to hit clubs and go in there 1 hour, rock one club, and come out of there and go into another club and rock it. But
can you remember some of the clubs, Halit?
Yes, I can name the club, man. I remember clubs like in there. You know where it was happening? It was happening in Pink Elephant, Southgate. It was happening in Shady Grove, Tottenham. It was happening in Silver Lady, West Green Road. It was happening in Four Races, Dalston. All Nations, Dalston. Kisses, Peckham. Camden Town, Camden Palais, Camden Town. Electric Ballroom,
yes.
Camden, my myth and my Pilbridge, you know what I mean? And obviously Lyceum, yeah, but Lyceum was all like big gigs and all that. You know, that weren't happening every week. Was it happening every week? No, it weren't happening. Spats was good. Spats was like a meeting point also, but heavyweights never used to hook up and meet down there. We used to go down there, muck about and all that, but it's all good, man. Like, we knew each other, you understand? If you couldn't find someone, you're bound to find him either in Spats, in Covent, or in Charing. You know what I mean?
You know, when you first went to Covent Garden, you were sent down basically like an agent, like undercover, to go and check it out.
I can prove this to you because...
No, Halit, what I'm saying is, who did you have your eye on down there? Who was you looking at and thinking, yeah, they're good? That's
right. After when me and Flexi went down there, couple of 3, 4 days later, I went down there by myself. When I went to Covent by myself, I was walking around, and would you believe it, the first brother who was scanning me, right, was Airborne. Right, Airborne, scanning me. He was looking up and down like, this cat, is he a dancer? Has he got any like marks on the side of his shoes? You know, many breakers, b-boys back in the days, when you used to do footwork or any other move, used to get the scrape. You know what I mean, on the side piece, and you can tell, you know. So he walked up to me, everyone walked up to me, he goes, "What's up, bro, you cool?" I go, "Yeah, man, what's up?" He goes, what do you do? He goes, you're dancing, you breaker. I go, yep. He goes, what crew? I goes, Jedi's. I go, what crew you in? He goes, Zulu Rockers. I go, where you at? He goes, these guys. I see like Flip. I see Colin. I knew the whole cats, man, in Zulu Rockers. All of them. Loopy, Skipper G, Colin, Flip, Francis. I started hooking up with Airborne. You understand? Airborne with his pilot jacket. What's this called? Mr. Big's jacket. All Zulus had it. That looked good, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, me and him started hooking up. And started walking around, practicing, go backyards, come back out again. I remember times I was so possessed, I was like in Covent all the time, man. You understand? So I was bonding up with these cats. I was probably spending more time with these guys in Covent than my own crew.
How often was you training, Halit? Was you
man, listen, man, I was a training freak. I was training nearly every day. Listen, I was training so hard. There was a time, right, that I had to do fist spin, just like Glide Master, yeah? Remember Glide Master when he does the fist spin? And I had to just bust my left leg in, because I'm left-handed, right? And I had to do the side fist spin with no hands. Pick up speed, bust it, rip it, and just sutter there like that, yeah? Yeah, man. And I remember one night, yeah, that I had to get this move so bad the next day. I was practicing my big room. I sleep in some small. We got 4 rooms. Two of the rooms are big, 2 of the small rooms. Anyway, right, brother, 3 o'clock in the morning, I was practicing till 3, right? I took down the door, blood. I took down the door 3 o'clock in the morning with this, what you call them? Them little, that holds the door up. Anyway, I started unscrewing them slowly like a ninja, brother. Put the door down because there was nowhere to spin. There was nowhere, everything's carpet, bruv. Man can't get a crisp and start burning up his fist, Kenny. Nah, brother, I was practicing. Next minute, I licked my foot next to this wall and it made a big noise, right? Mum woke up, right? Mum woke up and come up to me, right? And she had her finger in her mouth saying, oh my God. She started saying like this, Kemal, come here, to my dad, right? She goes, Kemal, come here. Look at your son. And I'm on my fist like this, looking at them like that. I goes, please, I said, Dad, I gotta do this move by tomorrow, man. I said, I gotta practice this. He goes, put that door back and go back to sleep. That's how much possessed I was. Listen, man, you see, martial art did help me because in martial arts, right? In martial arts, there's different styles of fighting. You understand what I'm saying? All like animal, mantis, this. I knew that I resembled that into breaking. You understand what I'm saying? There was a moment when, do you remember when Beat Street came out?
Yeah, when was it? 84, wasn't it?
That's right, but you know where it first came out, right? It was in Marble Arch. I remember running to catch that, right? Through the mole, right? Not through Oxford Street, I'm running through the mole, right? To watch the film. As I'm running, right? I see a next brother running after me. I'll look back and it's Mr. T from London All Stars, right? But London All Stars weren't London All Stars then, you understand? I think they were in Whiskits or Sidewalk, something like that, you understand? And I didn't know Mr. T. I've seen him before, but never spoke to him. So I'm like running, and he goes, where you going? I goes, yeah, I'm going to catch this film. He goes, me too. So we're running up to cinema, right, in Marble Arch. We run in, and all I heard, right, when we went into the screen part, right, the big screen, all we can hear the brothers, right, going Zulus, Zulus, Zulus. I think a few Zulu Rockers was just going Zulus, Zulus, because Zulu Rockers was the main kind of crew them times when it's kind of first started, because Zulu Nation they were a part of Zulu Nation. When I went to see Beat Street, we only got to watch the last scene. You know what part where we were just about to squeeze in? You know that part at the end when the brothers gospeling it out? Remember?
Yeah.
And just before New York City Breakers and Icy Ice and them lot come out. That was the only part I have we've missed the battle scene.
So you missed the mad battle?
Yes, we've missed the battle scene. Can you imagine a brother like me, you know what I mean, missed the battle scene and had to work harder to get that tape to see what happened, man. You know what I mean?
That scene was the scene in the film.
Of course, brother. Of course.
That's what everyone wanted to see.
But have you ever read anything about that film? You know, in that film, you know who was meant to be instead of Rocksteady?
No.
Dynamic Rockers.
Right.
Yeah, but they couldn't be easy to catch, so something happened, and they ended up in it. But if you ask my opinion, who won that battle? Yeah, I reckon it was kind of like a tie. I say it's a tie.
You're sitting on the fence, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're sitting on the fence.
He weren't as authentic as Wildstar or Star Wars. You understand what I'm saying? Wildstar, you don't get no tracksuits and all that. I think brother's just rocking it raw, man. You know what I mean? Beautiful.
I mean, Wildstar was a little bit more like, you could say it was filmed kind of like a documentary.
How you mean, mother, what? With real artists and real dancers?
Yeah.
You can't get better than that.
Nah.
No way.
Wildstar is basically, you could say, like the Bible.
How you talking about, my beautiful? The pilgrimage part of that documentary, to me, there's two cats in there that rocked it. It was Kenny and Legs. Kenny, right, rocked it. Soon as Cold Crush Brothers came in, ash to ashes and dust to the... That was it. You know, when I heard that brother come in and then Kenny just licked that bit, that's it. That part. And Legs' part is when Grand was at Theodore. I need a little crowd participation. Brother, when Legs just rocked that set, that's it. Man, that was the ultimate. You know what? I reckon that is one of my favorite parts. Legs. That part is crazy, man. Fat afro, trousers, conversed out, or pro kids, whatever, man. You know what I mean? You can't take that away from him. Too authentic.
Halit, what made you become a b-boy instead of like a popper?
Brother, did you know I wanted to start graffitiing? I started as a graffiti writer first. Do you know I know my ABCs, old school lettering? I'll bust it out right now to you. You understand? I'm not trying to tell you some people does graphs. Most of the b-boys don't graph. A few of them does graph. I started graphing first, and then because of the activeness through martial arts and all that, and I was watching break, I said, nah, man, I can't do this, man. I've got to skip onto this. You understand what I'm saying? But
was you tagging up as well?
Man, I got beautiful tags, man. You want to see my F's and shit like that, man? You cry.
Yeah.
How you mean? Yeah, man, I know it. I know the shebang, brother.
I want you to tag up my tube map as it goes.
No problem, my brother.
My London tube map.
No problem at all, man. No problem at all.
And as a b-boy, Halit, what kind of style would you say you had? Or you've got? Sorry,
no
not
problem.
What style you got?
How about whose style does mine look like? Or have I been influenced by someone?
No. What kind of style would you say you've got?
Style? What kind of style? I can't say that. It's an original format.
Right.
Original format of breaking. I can give you a few examples like Kenny, Crazy Legs, Frosty Freeze, Mr. Freeze. Man, I like Doze's top rock. I like Doze's breaking. Listen, man, this style is the original format. That's what it is. And when you say style, it's how cheeky you are. If you know the moves, brother. If you're running b-boying on 33 RPM, you're doing well. If you know what certain moves are meant to be in certain speed, you understand? And you suss this out, and you've done your homework, and you studied on Star Wars or Wildstar, not copying them, but understanding, you know what I mean, the manoeuvring, the shifting, and the finesse in it, you know what I mean? Because it was innovating. We was creating all the time. What we saw in America, of course, it started over there. I mean, we didn't invent windmills, we didn't invent head spins and all that. You understand what I'm saying? It was them.
But you tried to put your twist on it.
What do you mean?
Your stamp. You tried to put your kind of stamp on it.
Of course, if you like the move and you know that this move is being done by many people, it's how you do it. End of the day, like all these other cats that you interviewed over here, right? It's the same thing, brother. It's how you do it, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's the molding. When you get down on the floor, it's how you mold yourself. You understand? You got to mold yourself in a monthly little type. Expression, style. You got to do it like as if it fits in your pocket, you understand what I'm saying? People ain't stupid. people will react to you. You understand? They'll be. I say this to many people who's involved in hip hop, in breaking world, right? In b-boying. Why is it that if a guy who's doing an original format, a lot of people reacts to this? Why is it that people reacts to it and they don't react to some other cat who's doing so much like flares and that and this? And I'm not dissing them. I love all that stuff. I love watching it and all that. You understand? But you got to make sense out of what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? In power moves, you can only do combinations and all that. You can't funk. Maybe you might funk it in the beginning, start top rocking or wherever. And if I see you start opening up your legs and start doing flares and shit, I ain't gonna come on with the funk. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta be deep, man. You understand what I'm saying? There's very few selective people who can maneuver the format. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? I'm happy I see people like Ken Swift, Legs, you know what I mean? A few cats like that, but I don't see a lot of cats are doing the original format. You understand? Some people, when they start doing original format, they go, what are you doing, man? Aren't you renovating yourself? Aren't you regenerating yourself? Fuck you talking about regenerating. You have one tradition in one culture. You don't change traditions. You understand what I'm saying? You bust a nice slick CC footwork into a couple of twists. Get up, go in clean, come out clean. But you got to show that hunger. You understand? When you're doing the moves, you got to do them like as if it's in your pocket, like as if it's nothing. You know, I'm swaying. Yeah? Like it's like Grandmaster Kaz, man. That cat's like nearly 55, 60. I don't know what age, but nearly about that. And that cat's still rocking. You understand? You know the Amen beat, innit?
Yeah, of course.
It's like the funky drum. That's what I'm into. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm into. Them kind of beats teaches me moves. You understand what I'm saying? You can make up a move that would relate to a foundational move. You understand? But you make sure that move, it's very strong to hold that bond with the foundation. You understand? Not something that it's going to be disliked, but it's very hard to capture a move. And this move can be so simple, but it's how you do it, because the cat who knows the original format should know how to maneuver the moves in style,
Very
as
important.
it should be expected.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying, my brother?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's explainable and sometimes it's not. If it's not explainable, you can see it on the floor. With moves, you can't keep up with the beat, with the moves, but you're flowing, you're listening to the thing, you're listening to that beat, but you're not slacking. When you go in there clean, you got to do everything nice and clean and come out clean. Don't give no expression that you're tired and shit like that. You see, I'm a smoker, right? Man, I'm a smoker. It's not good, man. I'm so sorry, man. But smoking, you can't smoke and practice at the same time. Listen, I haven't been gaining the limelight for the last, 20 years? On and off. But honest to God, to tell you the truth, right? I'm not committed. I haven't been committed for the last 20 years. But there'll be times, right, every morning I wake up and I'm like going work, I go, HALIT, stop this cigarette, stop this cigarette, stop this. When are you gonna start? Stop this. When are you gonna start? Man, this is a bad addiction. You can't break and smoke at the same time. Probably you can do. There's probably cats out there. But brother, I'm a nifty 50. I got no time after this time. If I'm gonna start practicing now, you understand? You gotta cut the cigarette out. You could never predict at 50 smoking and breaking. No way, you can't do it. And you know the day that you wanted me to come today, right? Today would be the last smoky, mokey, no bunning, no nothing. There's local brothers who know me. When they see this, they probably might say, I heard this cat say this all the time. But let me tell you something. At least I mention, it's better than not mentioning it. It's better mentioning about leaving rather than not. But all these things I've been seeing and hearing, what you do and all that lovely stuff you do, this is inspiring me, man. Listen, man, I've got an energy of an 18, 19. I don't give a damn about nifty, mifty. You know my passion and my love to this. It caustic sodas it all down, my brother, melts it down. You know what I mean? You know what, Steve? I can hit a year's practice into 2 months. No problem. No problem at all. You know why? I know the whole shebang in the game. I'm just a pencil waiting to be sharpened.
To basically, like, who was influencing you from back in the day?
No problem, my brother. Who was influencing me?
Let's talk about your big influences.
No
yeah.
problem. My influences. In hip hop, yeah, breaking.
Yeah, and b-boy and the beat.
Really and truly, let me tell you something, my brother. It was Crazy Legs, Kenny, right, and Little Lep. You know why I say Little Lep? Very unusual for me, for someone like me to say Little Lep, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the true b-boys or all b-boys say, the fuck, man, Little Lep. If you check out Little Lep, you know Little Lep influenced me maybe more than the others. But Kenny, Legs, and Little Lep influenced me. A few cats in Dynamic Rockers also.
How did Little Lep influence you?
I'll tell you, no problem, my brother, no problem at all. If you, one day, check out that video, Gladys Knight in the Pips, right? You know, in the video, he hits down, brother. He's the only one who hits down more than anyone. A swipe into a footwork, back into half a mil, and then he drew the backspin. And there was another moment in the video. Well, check the video. That's all I'm saying. Check the video. And that cat with a bucket hat, red, with a red top and a red bottom. I don't think they were Adidas. There was 2 white striped lines. And that cat fucking colour was the baddest colour, man. He influenced me.
Was there anybody you feared back in the day?
Brother, let me tell you something. Only person who I feared was God. I never feared no one. You know why? If you chat to old school b-boys, others and all that, there was no one that I feared. I weren't big-headed neither, brother. I wouldn't even go around. Actually a lot of people knew who was who. But we wouldn't go around saying, yo, Halit's better than you, or he's better than you, or I don't know, that's better than you, that's... People never used to talk like that, you know that, brother? I mean, people used to let their dancing talk for itself. When we came out of Beat Street Cinema, man, everyone was like looking to break out from their crews and all that. You understand? And form up new crews, new coalitions. That's how I felt anyway. When I went back to my crew, Jedis, we was practicing one time and all this. We heard this event, a competition was going to happen in Lyceum or something, and London All Stars was going to be there as well and all this, right? But at this meantime, right, every time I used to go down Cobham from my ends, right, when I was sent down Cobham, I used to hang around with Airborne, I used to hang around with Mark Francis, Danny Francis's brother, at the first times. And we used to hang around and all this, right? And I remember that time when Zulu Rockers was kind of like slowly breaking up. You understand? They were breaking up, and they were like hanging around 2 on 2s, 3 on 3, but we all knew each other anyway. We weren't like, I mean, they knew I was from Jedis and all that. Few of them knew, few of them didn't know. I think Sidewalk was kind of like breaking up. You understand? And though I think I heard like Dolby was forming up a crew, right? And I didn't know what crew they were going to be. And Flipski brought me down Charing Cross one time, right, where they were going to meet up and practice. We went down, me and Flip went down Charing, and I think I saw Mr. T and Dolby. King weren't even around then yet. King weren't in the crew. And I didn't even know like they were going to form up a crew. You understand? So I was hanging around, breaking. I even went, I don't even know if you remember when Dolby was interviewed, he was talking to you about a place in Crystal Palace. A sports ground in Crystal Palace. I mean, I went down there with them to practice once or twice. I remember me and Milton, right, at Crystal Palace, Dolby was there, Mr. T was there, Flip was there, and I was there. And I think Ziggy was there as well. A fly girl called Ziggy knows. And I remember me and Milton was writing down sets. Sets meaning like, you know, in martial arts you will have sets, innit? Right? And me and Milton would take the pen and paper in our hand, and we will do top rock into footwork, backspin, or whatever. Top rock, come back up, top rock, 90, and then come back up, you know, into that. That's how we was doing it, you understand? Once or twice. When we went down there, I kind of like felt that, man, you know, what's this? Am I going to end up being a part of this crew? You understand? I was saying this to myself. I wasn't saying to them, man, can I be in your crew? Yo, Dobby, you thinking of brewing up a crew? Can I be in it? I weren't like that. We had pride then. You understand? We was good at what we was doing. I was solo. I was hanging around solo. You understand what I'm saying? I was by myself. At the time, I was in Jedi still, right? And there was this competition up Lyceum, right? Or was it London All Stars? I don't know if it was London All Stars in competition or whatever. But anyway, we was with our tracksuits, right? Jedi's was there as well, and I happened to be there. Now, the Jedi's crew didn't know that I was hanging around with these guys, and these guys didn't know that I was down with Jedi's. They thought I was off Jedi's. You understand what I'm saying? Not in it. So I'm like getting shook up here now, because Jedi's is a bit angry upon these cats like Dobby, Flip, and them lot. I don't know if it was London All Star was organised then or not, but something happened on stage. Dobby knows this. But something happened on stage. I'm in the fucking, sorry about my language, I'm in the middle, like pig in the middle. I'm like saying, yo, don't do it, man. Because Dobby and them lot are my common friends, that side of friends. And Jedi's is my Hornsey friends. And these guys don't often quite go up Covent or Charon often, you understand? Very rare. It would be only me, the messenger will be sent out there and then come back and say, yo, you know, I've been to the Pride Lands, it was a bit far and dark, this happened, that happened. I used to say things like that, but not expose them, you understand? Oh, he's doing that move. This is all hip hop and breaking, man. So, in this club in Lyceum, right, Jedi's just come up on stage, right, wanted to battle them lot, right? I think London All Stars wasn't that time as London All Stars, but I think it was like a few of Zulu Rockers, London All Stars. We was just up on stage, you know what I mean? But brother, these guys just started letting off. I weren't doing nothing, I wanted to, right? And all I can hear, I'm in the middle, trying to stop the confrontation. Brother, it was so obvious, right, that I'm either sticking up for someone, and my crew is going, what are you doing? Why aren't you hitting down? You understand? I go, yo, hold on, man. And Dobby's going to me from the other side. I can hear Dobby. He goes to me, whose side are you on now? Whose side are you on? What are you going to do? Make up your mind. Like this, right? And I go, stop this, man. I don't know what happened, right? But everything just come off the stage, right? And what happened after that, right, was about a couple of days later when I went to Hornsey to practice. Bro, that door didn't open on my face. It was shut on my face, bro. I was actually sent by the crew, sent away actually, executed, dissed. You understand? Because of what happened on the stage. When Dobby was saying, what side are you on, what side? I weren't even in the crew with Dobby and them lot. You understand? I was in Jedi's, but I was spending more time in Covent and Charing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like bunking off school all the time, man. I weren't bunking school, but I'm just saying it's just like that. But yeah, man, after that, Jedi's didn't have me, you know what I mean? Jedi didn't have me back. They were kind of like upset about it and all this, and I left. I went to the Pride Lands, innit? I went Charing Cross, I went Covent. That's how it took off. I was solo, and then after, went Beat Street and all that. When I came out of the crew, and after when I saw Beat Street and all that, I remember Zulu Rockers broke up and all that, you know what I mean? And people are trying to organise crews and that. But every individual, right, knew who was good and who wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, you must have talked with a few b-boys who was telling you how Live to Break was formed up and all that. A few cats knows about this. So I don't know if I need to tell you this, but if you want to hear it from me,
yeah.
It was actually in Leicester Square in front of Empire, where we used to hang out. Billy, me, and loads of people was down there. It was a thought. It was actually my thought of crewing up and approaching with this idea to Billy, because Billy was good. You understand? Billy, it's not just that he was a good character. You know what I mean? He was humble. He was capable of everything, man. He had everything. He was that turtle, that this. You don't mess with that cat neither, man. He was dope, man. When he's going, bruv. You know what I mean? So I approached him. I said, Billy, man, look, everyone's breaking up on all this. We've got to make a strong coalition. We've got to make a strong crew. You down for it? He goes, yep. Billy goes, what we gonna call it? I goes, I've got the name already, my brother. Live to Break. And I think he goes, who else is gonna be in it? And as soon as he said that, right, and I done a right look like this, right, and I saw a brother coming up. Guess who was coming towards us? About 50 yards coming towards us.
Who?
Airborne.
Right.
When I looked at Airborne, I quickly remembered when I first came to Cobham, and he was the first person to approach me and say, yo, what's up, man? What you saying? You b-boy, you break? I go, yeah, man, I break. I'm a breaker. I do that too. And he was good. He was from Zulu Rockers as well. Billy was from Zulu Rockers. So I said, you see that brother coming? Airborne. Because him and Airborne was like brothers. You understand what I'm saying? We was all like brothers. So when Airborne came in, we go, yeah, that's cool. So we was Live to Break for about 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks that we're Live to Break, yeah? And everyone's hearing about this and all this. And when we used to go down Spats and all that, obviously I made friendship with Pervez. I don't know how I ended up being friends with Pervez, but he, like he said, he used to be inside once and all that, and he used to hit down Cobham also. I remember Pervez with his blue puffer jacket, like Beat Street puffer jacket, with his little ponytail and all that. Yeah, man, I started hanging out with that brother, and wherever I go, we would go all together. And
can you tell me about some of the, actually, very quickly, how did you come up with the name Live to Break?
Actually, I had a plan to make a crew by myself, because when I felt after that thing happened on stage with Jedis and London All Stars, I don't know if I should call it London All Stars then, if they were crew or not. Maybe they were. Well, after that little incident, I didn't go back to my crew Jedis. I didn't go back. I only started chatting to a few of them after, but many years after, like 98 maybe, or fucking 2003, 2004, I started seeing a few of them and all that.
How did you come up with the name HALIT?
Okay, I was actually gonna call it Love to Break, you know that?
Right.
I goes, nah, man, that don't sound nothing that's gonna carry that swing, man. You know what I mean? I want something.
Got it, has it?
I want something that's gonna relate with the months and the years as well. You understand? Love to Break. I was Live to Break. I went Live to Break, Live to Break, Live to Break. I started repeating Live to Break. When I started saying Live to Break, Live to Break, I said, man, I ain't gonna stop this shit, man. This is gonna be Live to Break. Anyway, we named the crew Live to Break. Me and Billy, I said that to Billy first. He said, what we gonna call it? I goes, Live to Break. He goes, bad, that's it. And who's gonna be the third one? Who's next in it? He goes. And when I bust a right and looked up, and I saw Airborne coming up, I said, there you go, my brother, this brother here. And 3 weeks later, we had Pervez in it, because I knew Pervez was good and can be better. So all 4 of us was good, you know that, Steve. I'm telling you, brother. All 4 of us had a different flow of attitude in breaking. This was what's good about us. You know, in some crews, Steve, this is very honest to true. In some crews, so, say there's about 5 of them, right? Maybe you might get 1 or 2 or 3, not so much, but out of 5 or 6, you get 3 top notch. But you might get out of 3, 2 top notch. But we wouldn't discuss that amongst ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We let others decide that. We wouldn't talk about, oh yo, what's up, man? You're slack, man. You're in my crew. You better work hard. None of that business. We knew what we was doing. And Live to Break, right? Live to Break was exactly. It was just 4 of us. Original members was just us 4. But all like there was. If you've seen Electro Rock, Live to Pop. Have you seen Live to Pop?
Yeah.
Feathers, Hoffmeister, and Little Wiz.
I said what? Electro Rock?
Electro Rock.
Electro Rock, yeah.
Yeah, Electro Rock. We was there, but we didn't.
Hippodrome, yeah.
Yeah, Hippodrome. We was there, but we didn't perform. Not that we didn't want to. not that we wasn't called up to. We didn't want to do it. You understand? We was called up for Top of the Pops and all that. We didn't do it. We weren't doing things like that. We wouldn't even go around doing things for cheap monies and all that. If we heard something like big, we'd do it. But back in the days, for every breaker and pop-up, it wasn't about money. It was love, man. We was kids. Let me tell you something, man. Even if we done something for £5 or £10, you know what I mean? It was enough for us to get ice cream, drinks, and then go back to practicing charing.
That's all that mattered.
Of course it did. Of course it did. But
Halit, can you tell me about some of like the ferocious battles that you had? Because there must be many battles.
you know what? Exactly like Pervez said, we didn't have a lot of battles. Me personally, as with Jedis, when I was with the Jedis, we had a battle with Fusion Crew. You understand? It's maybe only because of my appearance and what I was doing just shattered them. Trust me, I'm not lying to you, because Tasso, I had a talk with Tasso as well. This was many years ago. Tasso even said, we roasted Jedis at the first round, but when you came round the second time, but Jedis got better after though. You understand? They got better after. But when I came in, I was too much, man. I came like I was from BX, man. I'm telling you, my style was good, man. I mean, I loved it, man. It was too good, man. I mean, and another battles. I think I battled Barbarian, you know, Barbarian Breakers, Breaker Race in Albany Empire. I can't forget. I'm not lying to you, brother. And guess who was there? Pervez was there. Cooker Crew was there as well. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what kind of event was it, but it was kind of like all dayer, right? And I was there, and I was going in the circle, right? It wasn't a circle, it was a platform stage. It was like it's some cheap stage thing that put on together and all this, but it's kind of like big, but Albany Empire. And yeah, man, I was taking them on, man. I wasn't saying I battled the whole crew, but I didn't fear no one. You understand?
I mean, Barbarian, they was a crew from round my way. It was with Martin.
I know, I heard about your little interviews. I heard you talk about them as well.
Yeah, Simon, Breaker Ray.
That's right. When we used to go Spats and other places, when we used to hear Barbarian Breakers, we used to say it was Breaker Race Crew. Because why we used to say that is because when we used to see Breaker Ray in Spats, he would get down with his Beat Street puffer jacket also, right? Start drilling 90s, bruv, and head spins. I mean, long, bruv, you know.
Halit, I know there's a lot of, you know, you and Dolby D from London All Stars go like way back. And I know there's a deep connection there between the two of you. Can you tell me kind of what that connection is?
You see, me and Dolby now, we're adults. We're not kids no more. You understand? Dolby knows this game too much. You understand what I'm saying? Dolby loves this. And back in the days when I was doing my thing, I'd never seen Dolby. All I heard is a guy from Sidewalk called Dolby. I mean, Dolby, his name was like a bloody name brand. You understand what I'm saying? Dolby was so famous that when you said Dolby, everyone knew who Dolby was. But deep connection with me and Dolby. Like I said earlier on, I mean, I went a few practices with him. You know, he used to do his thing, I used to do my thing. And like I said, in that stage battle thing when Jedis came on, and Dolby was like confused, you know. He was trying to let me know what's going on, man. What, you with them or you with us? That's what he's saying. So I mean, Dolby's a cool guy, man. I mean,
I bet Dolby would have loved you to have been an all-star.
I don't know. Mate, you got to ask his opinion, but it would have been, no doubt, it would have been a strong crew. It would have been a good crew.
Could you imagine?
Obviously, it could have been a good crew.
Could you imagine? Wow.
Yeah, it could have been really good. Not only because if I was in there, it would have been really badass crew. Not just that, it would have made it strong, obviously, because if, you know, I was good, and if you're practicing with someone who's good, you're bound to kind of catch up. If not to his standard, you could be better probably, but you know, look at Airborne, I mean, look at Flip. Flip was good. Milton was good. You know, Milton was a jazz dancer, but he caught on good. I remember Milton when he wasn't a breaker. You understand? And me and him, You know, even like Breakers Yard, we went to Breakers Yard. It was a club, one off. A couple of times I went in there. That's when I first saw Dolby. And this was like, I think like 84 or something like that, early 84 in Vauxhall. And many cats don't know about that, Breakers Yard. You know, so yeah, me and Dolby, we don't have no frictions and all that, you know what I mean? Dolby comes round to my business, comes round, you know what I mean? We chat, talk, drink, you know what I mean? We talk a lot, you know what I mean? Me and him are like Freemasons. I told him that before. We're too deep, bruv.
Halit, obviously music is a big part of the, you know, the b-boying and b-girling and the, you know, the breaking and all that.
Yeah.
What tracks, what music was getting you basically fired up back in the day? What was you like? What was you hitting the dance floors to?
Bro, I was into like K-Burn, Liquid, you know what I mean? And Eighth Wonder and Rocking It, Down by Law, Fab Five Freddy, any track of Wild Star. Not so much about Beat Street. I like Funky Drummer, you know what I mean? The Loop, James Brown, and any funky beats like that relates to the original format. That's what gets me down, you know what I mean? Some rare groove tracks can get me down as well, some funkadelics, you know what I mean? Recently I've been playing one of my favourite tracks, Ramsey versus K-Rob. This is not something that you can break to, it's something you can reminisce to, you understand? Good long 10-minute track, you know what I mean? And that's it really, any funky track, you know what I mean? Like Pac Jam, fucking Captain Rock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bit of electro.
Yeah, man, all them electro, all of them, every electro, all of them. Man,
Too many to
name. But listen, anything to do with like Down by Law, Fab Five Freddy's, or Funky Drummer, that is my essence. That's what relates with foundation beats. Yeah.
What can today's b-boy and b-girls basically learn from like the older generation? Is there any kind of like advice, or you know, what can they learn from you?
First and most, young generation needs to listen to beats, and as they're listening to the beats, they've got to stamp with the beats. You can't just throw yourself on the floor, can you? You're disrespecting that DJ. That DJ is playing tracks for you, right, in order to hype you up,
To get you to move, yeah.
To get you involved. You know what I mean? I mean, back in the days, b-boys used to find the break part, all that 10-second business, and them cats used to just let off. Now these days you can dance to any kind of track that's funky and all that. But my advice to young generation is, you got to make sense out of what you're doing. You can't just go out there and finding your balance and momentum and say, you know, look, I could do this faster than you. Faster than you doesn't explain nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you guys something now, right? Someone who's got a lot of energy, right? A lot of energy that can go on for hours on the floor. But if you got a lot of energy and you don't know how to preserve that shit on the floor, what is more important? Energy or what you have to preserve? Because if you're in a competition, you're not going to go for 2 hours or an hour, are you? You're going to be given 5 aside, 5 rounds each. 5 rounds each would show who is preserving better than who's doing this game better than who. But my advice again is to do their homeworks good, because homework is Star Wars, Wild Star, all that foundation. You can't be rocking this shit.
So they need to know their history as well.
Of course, because if I start talking to you about laces and bell tops and lees and gazelles and that, okay, these things ain't happening right now, but you know, back in the days without it, you were none. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I mean, today I see guys wearing off key on their expressions and the clothes and all that. Many people are in tracksuits and all that. That is not saying that they shouldn't, but listen, my advice is original format is so important. It's a different world. There's a buzz that lies in it, because if you know, it's just like James Brown, man. If this cat is feeling the beat and knows, you know what I mean, Fred West and all them kind of thing. This cat's feeling it deep. This is raw. You see, what I see with today's breakers, there ain't no original formats going on. Not that.
There's not much funk.
No, reason why there ain't so much funk is because they can't understand it. Now to understand it, you've got to study it and feel it. Exactly, you got to study it.
Who would you actually? Who would you love to jam with, like in a circle?
Yeah. Love to jam with Ken, Floor Phantom, Dolby, Pervez, and me. And anyone who's got original format closest to these guys, come into the circle, brother, and that'll be a dope circle. Oh, my brother. Too bad. Super bad.
What are you up to nowadays, Ed?
Boy, like I said earlier on, you know I'm a workaholic and all that, and when I'm working, all I think about is b-boying and breaking and all that, and when am I gonna do this? You understand? But I'll be starting up soon again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you got planned coming up?
I got this. Wanted to organise a club. I want to organise a club. It's gonna be how it was back in the days. I want to do something like a original format thing, like, you know. I want to do like b-boying competitions. Best dresser, you know what I mean? Like that best old school dresser, like gets £100. You know what I mean? Best crew or best individual gets a £1, second one gets a 50, third one gets 25. You know what I mean? I like to make things happen, you know what I mean? Because I'm in a community, I'm in an area where, you know what I mean, a lot of drugs are being sold and killings and all that and this, you know what I mean? If it's not much as like America and all that, but it's really like getting close like that. You know what I mean? I'm not.
So you want to try and bring peace to the street.
Definitely.
and give the kids a lot of interest.
Exactly, man.
When are you going to push this club then?
Boy, this club, I'm going to try and link up some contacts, like, you know, people like Business, Pogo, Cutmaster Swift. I like to do things with these guys, you understand what I'm saying? Because
you can go to Dolby about it as well.
Of course I will, man. Dolby's my second cousin, man. Dolby's my brother, man. You understand? Without Dolby, you know what I mean? You can't call a UK hip hop without Dolby or Billy or HALIT or Mark Francis, Danny Francis, or, you understand what I'm saying? Or MC Duke. We are all one, you understand what I'm saying? Whatever happened back in the days, that's how it was, because we was kids. We're adults now, man. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Nah, man, no beefing, no nothing. Strictly jam, yeah. I want to organise my own club, you understand what I'm saying? And recruit with my brothers, you know what I mean? And give them more than what they deserve, you understand what I'm saying? Because in this game, whoever puts more effort into the game gets more credit, you understand what I'm saying? And
I look forward to that. So you're going to try and bring back that kind of original.
Of course I will. And you know what I'm going to do? You know how many boom boxes I've got at yards? I've got about 8, 9 boom boxes. And I know a few other cats around this area. I've got a brother who works up the road here. In front is like a bag shop here. You know DJ Rizza?
Yeah,
my friend. Yeah, DJ Rizza works down here, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to mess with him when it comes to DJ talking equipment. Forget it.
He's next level.
But he ain't gonna cuss you up. He's just like me. He would just fix a broken wig and say, "You good, brother? Now you can fly." You understand? That's how we was back in the days. I wouldn't go slate up, break it out. Try it like this. Do it like this. That's how it is. And I want to do that, man. I want to do my clubbing. But listen, when I do my clubbing, I don't want no b-boys coming sitting around in front of people and start stretching and warming up. That's not b-boying. You don't do things like that in clubs. You understand what I'm saying? I had this conversation with a few friends of mine, close friends. These kind of things are no good in clubs. You understand? Stop embarrassing yourselves. You understand? You know what I mean? You want to get famous before you start stepping in. Nah, you can't do things like that, man. Nah. I like to do things with Dolby as well, and like other old school cats. You know what I mean? Billy. You know what I mean? Pogo, Swift. You know what I mean? Like all the others, man. Fraggle, Cookie Crew. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, these cats are long-term friends. Maybe we don't see each other like every 5 years or that and this.
There's some.
I love UK hip hop. You want me to tell you something? Have you ever heard me say anything about America or you can't? Listen, this is different. It didn't take long for us to catch up, you know that. It took so little time. You know what I mean? Beautiful, loved it, man. Love it so much, man.
Can't wait for you to
Organise this club, brother. Man, you know what I'm going to be doing in the club? I'm going to have my 8 boomboxes and all my other friends' boomboxes lined up, hanging off the ceiling with the chains they are. Lights all closed. What are there? 10 boomboxes, have 10 spots at them, right? Every track that the DJ is going to be playing, all the stereos are going to be functioning, volume down. But when one track's going to be playing, all the stereos are going to be shut down, right? And one stereo, it's going to look like it's coming out of one stereo. And when the next track is going to be playing, that's going to be closed, like it's going to come out there. And I'll be having Converse, Pro Kids, Shell Toes, Puma Suedes, compasses, any old compasses anyone's got, bring them forward. I'm going to tie them up in a knot as a pair, hang them right down the ceilings, bruv. You understand? I'm going to call all my graffiti writer friends to bring all their mural, close up every blind spot in the club here. It don't have to be a club, you know, it could be a hall, a gymnasium hall.
It doesn't matter what it is, does it?
No alcohol business, nothing. Strictly my slush puppies are going to sit up there and make the cold cash to run this shit. You know what I mean? We need some certain funds to run this. If this monthly thing works out to be good, all we need is 200 or 250 people. That's it. If it works good, brother, it's going to happen every week.
Right, Halit.
Yes, brother.
It's been an absolute honour having you in the back of my cab.
Anytime, my brother.
And listen, for anyone watching this, we're actually going to do a part 2 because Halit has got way too much history to cover this like in a couple of hours or whatever.
That's right.
But listen, I hope you've enjoyed this interview. Or cab chat, like I like to call it.
Sure, I like to shout out to every people who knows.
I was going to say, yeah, the shout outs.
Yeah.
Let's give the shout outs.
I like to give a shout out first to you, my brother. Thanking you to organising this thing like this, not just for me, but people like Dobie, me, Pervez, Cutmaster Swift and all that. What you have done with these guys were the guys, we were the guys who was running the joint actually in common. I want to give big shout out to them guys. And big shout out to people who was outside London, you know what I mean, Rock City, Broken Glass, Mac 19, B-Boys, you know what I mean, like to shout out to Kilo and Chris, Lisa Sterling and all that, all of them cats, because they sheltered me second time round when I was around Clapham Junction and all that. I had nowhere to go and all this, I was brass. I'm not ashamed to say these things. We're all humans, we can drop and get up again, but them cats looked after me. I want to give big shout out to them, and big shout out to all hip-hop society worldwide. You know what it is, brother? If you got passion, you can lick down practice in a short time. You understand what I'm saying? And when I start practice, and a week later, you get better and better. That's all it is. Wait till I shine, bro. Wait till I shine.
Well, I'm glad you're going to make a comeback.
Yeah, man, I love you all, man. I will make a comeback, brother. You know what I mean? I feel 16. I could take a 16-year-old kid out of my pocket right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And
energy is not the importance. Remember, it's what you do in the floor. Energy can come later. If you don't know what you're doing, forget about your energy, man. You can go on for 2 hours in a circle. If you ain't rocking it, go sit down, brother, and drink a cup of water.
Listen, your passion for this hip-hop thing is unbelievable.
I love you lot, man. I love everyone, brother.
Anybody watching this, please share and obviously subscribe to this YouTube channel, because what I'm trying to do is obviously bring our history to the, to try and get our history out there. But Halit, I hope you've enjoyed this.
Of course I've enjoyed it, bruv.
And yeah, as I say, we're going to do a part 2.
Yeah? With who?
With you.
I'm down with that, man. I'm down for part 3.
And possibly Dolby as well. It'd be great to get you and Dolby in the back.
Oh my God, man. You know what? That'd be good.
Should we make that happen? You and Dolby doing the back of the Ultra Cab?
I'd like to have to do that. Ask Dolby. I'm sure he would as well. But could we do that? Not in a cab, man. This is a bit hot in here, boy. Maybe in a park or somewhere, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we change location.
Yeah. Have a little dips and dabs on the floor as well. Why not? Something different.
Exactly.
Isn't it, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. No, Dolby's my brother, man. You know what I mean? I see Dolby all the time. He comes down to my place. Not about all the time, but, you know, for hats and all that.
Yeah,
and we hang out. We chill, man. We're big man. You know what I mean? It's all good.
But Halit, listen, honour to have you in, and I'm going to have to shoot back to work now.
Thank you very much. Listen, all you peeps that's watching this, I love you lot all. Keep on practicing, man. You know what I mean? Keep the original format. Don't just try and find your balance. funk it and skank it.
You know that.
You know that, man.
With a capital F.
That's right.
For the funk.
That's right.
Anyway.
Take the funk and get your rub roast.
How to rock a beatbox. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Man.